By day, the Hudson Valley offers a quiet expanse of colonial-era towns, rolling hills, and serene riverfronts. Cutting right through the center of these picturesque communities is Route 9, a standard, winding two-lane highway relied upon heavily by the local population. This graph tracks local traffic volume on Route 9. Activity remains steady throughout the afternoon and evening, but the moment the clock hits midnight, traffic plummets to near zero. Drivers do not avoid this specific stretch of road because of poor paving or a lack of streetlights. They detour around it because of a single, unresolved event from 1987. That year, a 26-year-old woman named Eleanor Voss vanished on her wedding night. Search teams found her car abandoned 2 miles down Route 9. The driver's side door was left open, the engine was still idling, and fresh white roses were scattered across the asphalt. Local authorities and state police scoured the surrounding woods. They ran interrogations and followed leads for years without recovering a single piece of matching DNA or physical evidence. Exhausted of options and lacking a body, the Hudson Valley Police officially closed the case in 1993, classifying Eleanor's disappearance as voluntary. The department walked away, leaving a boundary between the official police record and the reality experienced by the locals. Documenting what was actually happening on that highway required a completely different methodology. That methodology belongs to the Ghost Registry. We bypass rumor and treat supernatural folklore as quantifiable, documented missing persons cases, and Eleanor Voss is file number 001. The earliest piece of post-disappearance evidence was recorded just 3 months after she vanished, reported by a commercial truck driver named Ray Kowalski. Kowalski reported a woman in a white dress standing in the center of his lane. He slammed on his brakes, but the moment his headlights washed over her figure, she was gone, leaving him staring at completely empty asphalt. Shaken, he stepped out of his truck and walked to the exact spot where she had been standing. Resting on the center line was a single freshly cut white rose. A psychological hallucination does not leave physical plant matter on a highway. That rose provided a tangible anchor, converting a local ghost story into a measurable physical event. Over 3 decades, the registry compiled 47 documented sightings. The geography is rigid. All occurred within 2 miles of Eleanor's abandoned car. Temporally, 100% of the encounters strictly fall within a 3-hour window between midnight and 3 a.m. Even the behavioral variables repeat verbatim. Witnesses describe the same white dress, the same presence of roses, and the exact same motion of the figure reaching out toward approaching vehicles before vanishing. 30 years of data pointed to a clear conclusion. The entity was operating as a geographic glitch, a passive, residual recording stuck in an endless loop on the night of her disappearance. That hypothesis held until 2004, when an encounter by Marcus and Dana Frey introduced a variable that deviated from 3 decades of recorded data. The setup matched the dataset perfectly. It was shortly after midnight, they were passing mile marker 34, and a figure in white was standing in their lane. But when Marcus brought the car to a halt, the figure did not vanish. Instead, she stood perfectly still, turned her head, and made direct eye contact with the couple. She didn't reach out. Through the windshield, both Marcus and Dana watched as the figure silently mouthed 2 recognizable words: "Find me." A passive geographic glitch does not break its loop to make eye contact, and it does not ask for help. This interaction proves the apparition is a sentient, evolving entity actively seeking resolution. Law enforcement filed Eleanor Voss away as a voluntary runaway over 30 years ago. The physical reality of Route 9 shows a conscious entity still tethered to the asphalt, where her car was abandoned. Because of her ability to communicate and deviate from her loop, the registry's classification for Eleanor Voss is specific: apparition type white lady, status active. The official status of ghost number 001 is hereby declared open and active. The registry exists because closed police files do not stop the sightings. We document these anomalies because somewhere out on that dark highway, Eleanor Voss is still waiting.